Short and sweet stories that just happened. I am at the Omax buying an office chair this afternoon. I've paid, I'm holding my receipt waiting for the good fellow who rang me up to roll up my purchase. That fellow is wearing red, the guy at the next register is wearing red, the employees wear red. I'm wearing khakis and a dark grey polo. Casual Friday in this bitch. And of course we're masked up, right? So a random guy walks up to me and asks if I sell stamps. I'm in recruiting and professional development, so I say, no, I sell people. The look he gave was priceless. Huck. He's thinking I'm in some trafficking ring at this point, I don't know. I sell people to interns. It clicks. He was chill. Apologizes, hands his head, and shuttles off to someone wearing a name tag. Not as glorious as other stories, but it was fun and I have no friends to talk to. Cheers and have a good weekend. I fired a guy who didn't work for me, so here's a different one for you. I'm a locomotive engineer / conductor. One time I was called on a word train as opposed to a freight. Through is just bring a train from point A to point B, one city to another kind of thing. A word train is a train where you work with the foreman and the crew to fix trap, lay new track, or even just clean ditches. As a conductor of these trains, my only job is to tell the engineer what to do and when, while supervising anyone that may be working around my train. Most often the guys working near my train are contractors and don't have any affiliation with the railroad I work for. This one guy kept getting into some stupid situations where he was underneath the moving train trying to move logs by hand. Now to me, and I would hope most have you, common sense would dictate that you don't want to be underneath a moving train, even if it is moving at 0.5 miles an hour. This guy wasn't very bright, to say the least. After 4 or 10 times of telling this fool to back off, I finally looked at him and told him to go home. You're fired. So he packed up and left. About 4 hours later, his actual supervisor shows up and asks where he went. I told him I didn't know. All his other employees burst out laughing and ratted me right out. The conductor fired him. So I think I'm in trouble, so I tried to explain why I didn't want him near my train, and the guy stops me and thanks me. He had been trying to fire him for some time and just needed a good excuse. Drunk Karen is angry because I don't know where she parked. This happened years ago. I went to see Tom Petty live with some friends, lost them during the show, that's a whole other story. After the show I'm waiting out front to meet up with my group, and I guess I must have looked like staff because the next thing I know a woman is tugging on my arm asking me to help her find her car. I try to be helpful when I can, so I asked if she knew what section she parked in. Drunk lady, if I knew that I wouldn't be here talking to you. B. Then I don't know how I can help you, sorry. Drunk lady, you don't know much, do you? B. Excuse me. Drunk lady, just do your job and find my effing car. B. Lady, if you don't know where you parked, I don't know how I would, I wasn't there. Drunk lady, screaming now, I pulled in the south entrance and followed everyone else. You're supposed to be helpful, just help me. B. Oh, then your car is over there, pointing in random direction. Drunk lady, was that so hard? Legend says she is still looking for her car to this day. Apparently putting things back means I work there. This happened last year. I was at a bookstore browsing through some manga and just being really indecisive while taking out books and putting them back when I changed my mind. This teenager came from one end of the section and asked me where one manga is. I had no idea, but I decided to try to be helpful and looked up and down the shelves, spotted the title and pointed it out. He grabbed one and left without even saying thanks. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now realize I must have looked like an employee organizing the books. I laugh when I think about it now, and it wasn't a bad encounter or anything, but it is the first time I might have been mistaken for an employee. How do you even think I do? Walked into Target, this lady asked me near that game section, where can I find the curling irons? Me, I don't work here. My bad, I thought you did. Now it wasn't any rude circumstance, but it's funny cause in my mind the standard Target worker is in a red button up and a pair of brown khakis. I was wearing a blue champion sweater and black slacks. How? Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you on next video.